make sure that we're recording it. So the philosophies start like this. It's philosophies, attitude, action, results, and lifestyle. If you have the positive philosophies of a winner, that'll develop the positive attitudes, which develop to positive actions and results in lifestyle. So here's an example of some successful people's philosophies, right? In order to succeed, I must double my rate of failure. Matter of fact, I think it was Watson, one of the creators of IBM. They asked him, what is the key to success? And he said, double your rate of failure. So in this case, guess what? Get more people to tell you no. Get more people to give you a bill that eventually don't do anything. My philosophy when I'm out on the field is this. I made that shake extra thick, man. I'll drink it. In order to succeed, my philosophy out on the field is this. I do door knocking as well, a couple times a week, or new homeowner list. My goal is for every 5 bills that I get, I'm going to present to 2 people. And out of 2 people that I present to, minimum, I'm going to close 1. So if I do this consistently, if I get 10 bills a month, that can lead to 2 sales. Now, don't get me wrong. Out of these 5 bills, and I present to 2, and 1 of them closes, some of the other 4 that didn't close, some of them that I didn't present to, or some of them that I did present to and didn't take action, some of those deals will come later on. That's why in sales, it's called filling up the pipeline. So you got this pipeline, and you enter a bunch of prospects and leads through it, and it's a funnel on the bottom that a small percentage come through. I use a CRM. So through the CRM, I enter all of the leads, and I follow up with them, and it reminds me via text or email. I use a CRM called Lion's Desk. It's awesome. I could blast email. I could blast text through it. It reminds me via text or email. It's phenomenal. So some of these people, after they don't answer me the next day. They don't answer me the next week. Then I'm following up every 2 weeks. Then I'm following up once a month. Something I'm like, put this guy to follow up in 3 months. There's a bunch of people that I got to follow up in November because that gives us enough time for them to get to 26%. So we get it done, right? They'll have maybe more of a sense of urgency. And it just reminds me, right? But the point is, I don't have the false philosophy of I got a bill, so I'm going to get a deal. Or I got a bill, so I'm going to get a presentation. I got to get 5 bills in order to get 1 presentation, maybe 2. Okay? And then if I do that, I'm going to minimum close 1. But guess what? I'm still filling up the pipeline. And I know that I got to fail a lot more than I succeed. I know. I don't care if they tell me no. I don't care if they tell me they're not interested. If they don't believe in solar. I don't care if they tell me it's not worth it. I care that they tell me fast because I've got to go. You win, you either win or you learn. That's a successful person's philosophy. That's a warrior's philosophy. That's one of the philosophies that I learned in martial arts. My karate teacher, now I kickbox. Back then I started in karate. And this is what I teach my son. I say, son, you win some, you learn some. The average person, they think of it as a loss. The average person replays their losses. A winner pre-plays his wins. Think about that. A winner pre-plays, meaning ahead of time, we visualize our wins. Here's one thing when I joined Powur. I'm new to solar. I made 5 sales last week, right? And this week I'm going to make 2 or 3 personals is my goal, okay? The point is this. When I joined Powur, I said, I can't wait until I get my first referral from somebody that I know. That came. I can't wait until I sell somebody that I know solar. That day came. But before that day came, I pre-played it in my mind. I remember one time I said, I can't wait till somebody writes on Facebook that they're looking for a solar guy and somebody tags me on the post and I sell that. That day came 2 weeks ago. Some girl posted on it, a friend of mine who's a realtor who I gave a call to. I was planting the seeds. I called them, just like I called everybody else. Hey, I want you to know I'm in the solar business, blah, blah, blah. I'm excited about it. If you know of anybody with questions or anybody that's interested in solar, I'd appreciate it if you'd keep me in mind. 2 weeks ago, some girl posted on his friends list, I'm looking to get solar in my house. Anybody recommend somebody good? He tagged my name. He messaged her, started a 3-way text. I talked to her, got the deal closed a couple days later. Okay, that day came. Then I said, I can't wait till I get a deal from the new homeowner list. That day came 2 Saturdays ago. Why? Because as a winner, I understand the power of pre-playing your results. The average person replays their failures. That's why their attitude isn't that good. Because 95% of people's self-talk is negative. I want you to make a big note of that. 95% of a human being's self-talk is negative. I'm not good enough. I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm too experienced, right? Or I'm a man, or I'm a woman, or I'm Latino, or I'm white, or I'm black, or I'm Asian. I don't care what it is. 95% of people's self-talk is negative, okay? And that's a philosophy that they have. These negative thoughts, which lead to negative attitudes, which lead to negative actions. But then when you learn how to think about what you're thinking about, that's such a key thing that I learned many years ago. You've got to think about what you're thinking about. Don't bully yourself. Most people bully themselves. They bully themselves into thinking that they're not deserving of success, into thinking that they're not good enough. Or they bully themselves with, with lazy philosophies, which get them to have a lazy attitude, lazy actions, and therefore the results are not what they want. Okay? Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Perfect example. An unsuccessful person finally stumbles on a deal. What do? They rest on their loins. They take it easy. They celebrate. A successful person gets a deal, and you know what a successful person thinks? He knows his philosophy or her philosophy is the best time to get a deal is right after I just got a deal. The best time to get a sale is right after I just made a sale. The best time to go recruit somebody is right after I just recruited somebody. Because you're on fire, you're on a roll. Keep it going. Momentum, right? And then I can, I will, and I must. Success is my duty. I get paid based on the size of the problems that I solve. We got files that have problems. We got clients. For example, I had a client who signed the loan docs. It was 2 signers, and then something happened with the solar closing documents. It was like 5 days without that. I'm contacting. I thought first it was the finance company. I contact them on 2 occasions. They verify everything is fine on their end. Then I find out it's a solar closing docs. We finally get that done. It took about 5 days, being back and forth with the homeowner, with Powur, with the finance company. But see, when I'm going through that, I'm not making it a big deal in my mind, feeling sorry for myself because I understand the philosophy. I get paid based on the size of the problems that I solve. That's a mentor deal. No. Yeah, that's a mentor deal. It's about a $2,500 commission. So when I add up the time that I spent on that file from beginning to end, it's a few hours. This is what I signed up for. So the old me, though, would get upset and bothered while I'm going through these things. And guess what that does? That affects the rest of my day. That affects the other deals. That affects when I'm recruiting other people. My philosophy is I'm a winner. And winners do what winners do. The dictionary is the only place where success comes before work. Think about that one. The dictionary is the only place where success comes before work. For those of you guys that may not get it, I'm sure everybody does, but those of you guys that may not, what that means is, in the dictionary, the word success comes before the word work because it's in alphabetical order. But in life, you got to put in the work before you get the success. You got to deserve it. Life doesn't give us what we want. Life gives us what we deserve. Life doesn't respond to want or need. Life responds to deserve. Do we deserve? Do you deserve to sleep tonight because you paid your dues today? If you were a customer, would you work with you? If you were somebody looking to sell solar, would you want to be a part of your team? Okay, that life and success responds to deserve. If you want to fail, follow the masses. If you want to fail in the solar business, look at what the majority of the people in power and in the solar industry are doing. Do what they do and you'll fail. What are they doing? They're procrastinating. They're not prospecting. They're complaining. They're looking at the cup half empty the entire time. You want to fail? Follow the masses. You want to succeed? Look at what the majority are doing. Do the opposite. Are the majority of people prospecting daily? No, do that. Do the majority of people have a great attitude no matter what? No, do that. Are the majority of people gossiping? Yes, they are. Don't do that. Are the majority of people getting constant training? No, great. I'm going to do that. A lot of people saw this message. When I put it on the groups, I see that a lot of people seen it. And the majority of people suffer from temporary motivation. Temporary motivation. They get started, oh, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to make it happen. That'll last a week or two for the majority of people. Are the majority of people temporarily motivated? Yes, don't do that. Because 14,000 hours from kindergarten to the 12th grade were programmed to be average and mediocre. That's how many hours from kindergarten to the 12th grade of programming. You have been tamed to be average. Because I believe that we have greatness within us. We are God's highest form of creation, and we have greatness inside of us. But most people never unleash that greatness. Most people are never introduced to that greatness. You know why? Because for 14,000 hours, they were tamed to be average by people that didn't really want to accomplish that much. I'll give you my example. My mother tried hard to do a lot of things, and she accomplished a lot from where she came from. But she could only take me so much. But then I went into the school system. And teachers told me things like, you know, you'll never be rich. You'll never drive a Lamborghini. Only people in Beverly Hills drive Lamborghinis and blah, 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 blah. Philosophies of mediocre people. 14,000 hours are being tamed. That's why we've got to be trained to imagine how long it takes to get rid of that 14,000 hours worth of programming that develops philosophies that don't serve us. Okay? Unsuccessful people philosophies. So we went through some success philosophies. Let's get into some unsuccessful people philosophies. Here's what they look like. I'd rather be happy than rich. I'd rather be happy than rich. I'd rather be both. Personally, I put God first. I don't care for riches for things of this world personally. I like nice things. I like my nice shirt. I like a nice car, but that is not my priority. I like to tithe 10% to my ministry. Maybe for you, it might be a ministry. Maybe for you, it might be whatever you do, helping out your parents, helping out family, charities, right? That's not for me to say, none of my business. I'm just telling you, I don't see anything wrong with being happy and rich. As a matter of fact, I've been rich. I've been a millionaire and I've been broke. And I like millionaire a whole lot more, right? I'd rather be happy than rich is not a successful person's philosophy. That's why they repel success. Thank God it's Friday. That's a broke person's philosophy. Thank God it's Friday. I'm so incredibly happy it's Monday, man. I'm happy for Monday. I look forward to Monday. I'm excited about what I do. I'm good at what I do. My customers are better off knowing me than not knowing me. My team is better off working with me than not working with me. I honestly believe that in this company, there's not a better team to be a part of and to be led with. 100, you give me a lie detector test, I will pass it 100% of the time. No question about it. 100%, that's what I believe. Now, whether that is factual or not in the company, that may be up for debate. But if you ask me my belief, my philosophy, that is 100% what I believe. Because I know that I'm going to mentor my deals. I know that I'm going to mentor my people. I know that I'm going to train, and my trainings are open to anybody. Okay? Money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. The good book actually says the love of money is the root of all evil. Money in itself is neutral, right? If Mother Teresa had $1 billion, she'd do a lot of good with it. So that goes to show money is not the root of all evil. If you give $1 billion to an evil, rotten person, like the people that run this world, right? Like some politicians, now you got some problems. But money in and of itself is not evil. So get rid of that philosophy. Broke people entertain themselves instead of educating themselves, right? People will say They want success. I want success. I'm sick and tired of being where I'm at, but they won't get to training. Here's another thing that people do. It's not on here. I would write it down. Cost versus value. People will look at the cost, the price tag of something, instead of the value. For example, Powur. It's $100 one time to get started and $49 a month. Basically, you're paying $49 a month is your price to be your own dealer, right? We get paid like dealers. That is our overhead for this business, $49 a month. What the average person with a broke philosophy will think is, oh man, why does it cost $49? They look at the cost versus the value. The value of a $10 million platform that they've invested in, right? That works to operate in 20 states, to be able to build a team and get paid 6 levels deep. And the price tag is $49. The average person looks at the cost versus the value. Just like attending a training. I do paid trainings, right? I tell people, if you're looking at the cost of it, then this is not for you. If you want some value, come to my training. And then the average person is a victim. Here's what a victim does. They blame, complain, and justify. They blame the company. They blame the environment. They blame the economy. They blame their spouse. Check this out. You blame your spouse. You picked them. You blame the economy. It's the same economy for me and you. How come other people are succeeding in this economy and not you? No, you're the problem. The problem is in the mirror. The solution is in the mirror too. It's you. It's me. I'm the problem in my life if I have problems. If my bank account doesn't reflect what I want it to reflect, I'm the reason. If my team isn't as big as I want it to be, I'm the reason. If the amount of deals in the pipeline, the amount of commissions I'm making are not, that's my problem. It's because of me. That's the difference between winners and victims. Winners take 100% responsibility every time. Victims blame others. It's not them. They blame others. They complain, and then they justify. It's too expensive anyways. Money's a root of all evil. Money isn't everything. That's what they do. Do not be a victim. Remember, one of the philosophies that we talked about was, if you want to fail, follow the masses. The majority of people in the world are victims because they were programmed to be victims. Okay, here's a victim: blame, complain, and justify. Okay, let's keep going. So here's the deal. And let's see how much time we've got. Okay, I've got about 10 minutes. We're gonna go 10 more minutes and we're done. If this is the ABCs here, and 1 equals A, 2 equals B, and so on and so forth, right? 26 equals Z. Here's what happens. If that were to be the case, the word knowledge would equal a 96. Not bad, right? So knowledge is important. How about hard work? Hard work would equal 98. Still very good. Knowledge and hard work are important, but they're both shy of 100. But check this out. Attitude. What do you guys think attitude will rank at? Interestingly enough, it ranks at 100. Ain't that pretty cool? Here's the deal. If you could have all the knowledge in the world and be a hard worker, but if you fall easily, guess what? You don't have the right attitude. All that knowledge and hard work is irrelevant if you're mentally weak. In this world, I teach my 6-year-old son, in this world, you've got to be strong. You got to be strong. This world is not easy. But if you're hard on yourself, the world will be easier on you. If you're easy on yourself, the world will be harder on you. I teach my 6-year-old son this, the great Maximus Rangel. I teach him the importance of attitude. Here's what I tell him. A champion has a great day no matter what. Deal fell through, still got a great attitude. I got some idle time. I'm going to go pass out some flyers, knock on some doors. You know what I'm going to say? Hello, my name is JC. I'm the solar guy in the area. I just wanted to drop off a flyer. Here you go. And I do it from a distance, okay? Why? Because I'm a winner. Because I'm going to get things done. Because I know that by this time next year, I'm going to be the #1 guy in all of Powur, 100%. Personal sales, mentor sales, team size, success stories of my team. Mark my words. I will be the #1 guy in this entire company 1 year from now. I'm only 3 months in. 1 year from now, that's the case. 100%. 100% done. That's what I believe. That's what drives me. But because I know that if I get to that point, I know that I'm helping more homeowners than anybody else. I know I'm helping more people on my team than anybody else. So to me, that's a very nice thing to aspire to, right? That's a very noble thing to aspire to. And that's what I believe anybody that wants to be successful. Les Brown says, it isn't that people aim too high and miss. It's that they aim too low and hit. Most people have a goal, oh, I want to close a deal. If you want to close a deal, you should have a goal to close 3 or 4 or 5 deals. So you end up at 1 or 2. It isn't that they aim too high and miss. They aim too low and they hit. Okay? Here's a motivation pyramid. And this is one of my favorite parts. 27% of people are not motivatable. They're not motivated. 27% of people that you have talked to about solar, that you talk to, especially about the business, they're not motivatable. You may think, I got an incredible business. I got the best solar platform in the world. You might talk to some people and they're going to be completely shut you off. That's because they're 27%ers. Spend 0 time with them. 60% are motivatable, meaning they can be motivated. %10 are self-motivated and 3% are motivators. The motivatable 60%ers are up and down. They join the business, they're excited. I'm excited. I'm going to make it happen. Let's go. But then they talk to a negative spouse or a negative family member or friend and say, you're not going to get into sales, are you? Oh my God, you need something stable. Man, if these times have taught us anything, is that traditional job is not stable. We have our own business here. What if you've got 10, 15, 30 salespeople helping homeowners go solar and they feed their family? You got override income coming. You got mentor deals coming. You could rely, because one person we could rely on is ourselves. In this bit, what I love about this, I come from network marketing. What I love about what we've got with Powur, and I had this conversation with Anthony the other day. I said, what I love about this company is that we can rely on ourselves, individually on ourselves, to go make $20,000 to $50,000 in a month on our own pen, right? On our own, we could go out there and talk to homeowners, make phone calls, hit the pavement, knock on doors, tell people about the benefits of solar, tell people about the 26%, and on our own pen, we can make $20,000 to $50,000 a month or more. And we don't rely on a team. But if we build a team, then it's that much better. So you want to go and get your team from motivatable to self-motivated. Do you need somebody to remind you and convince you to get on the trainings every Monday? Or get on the 5 o'clock call? Or get on the mentor calls every Monday if you're a mentor at 11 a.m.? Or are you self-motivated to where it's like, that's what I'm going to do? Do you need somebody to motivate you to go out there and prospect and make phone calls? Or are you self-motivated? That's just what you do. And then number 3 is the motivators. They do everything the self-motivated do, but they get others into action. They're going to go. If there's one person on here, I'm going to train as if there's a million. Because see, here's the thing. My philosophy is my belief that I'm a motivator. That's my philosophy. That's my identity. My identity is I'm a winner. This no in this business hurts more than breaking my nose did or fracturing my ankle. This business prospecting is not harder than winning a world title. This business is not harder than people in third world countries that have to work 14 hours a day. We got it easy. But here's a cycle. Check this out. Easy times, like what we have here and we've had for the last, I don't know, 100 years in America, easy times create weak men and women too. When I say men, I'm talking about in general, right? Weak men create tough times. Tough times create strong men, and strong men create easy times. And easy times, again, create weak men. And that's a cycle. Give you a perfect example. Julio Cesar Chavez, Floyd Mayweather. Julio Cesar Chavez, one of the greatest boxers ever, he went like 81-0 and 0. Way better than Mayweather's record. He grew up in poverty in Mexico. Became the greatest Mexican boxer ever. His son, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., grew up in an environment significantly different than his dad. He grew up rich. That's why there's a saying, for those people that know about fighting, rich kids don't become fighters. Because it's a certain grit. The point is, you see the significant difference in discipline, in heart, and in everything between the father and the son. Significant. What does that attribute to? The times. The father grew up with tough times. The son grew up with easy times. Not even close. Not even close. And you see this in history over and over. The great champions, look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't grow up rich. His kids did. His kids didn't even, they couldn't hold a candle to their father. Granted, that is a tall order, but not even NBA status. The point is that tough times do indeed create those tough people. So my philosophy is, this is a lot easier than a lot of other things that other people have done, or even that I've done. A lot of things that you have overcome, right? That's also a philosophy, right? Motivators impact their environment. Self-motivated people don't let their environment affect them. Self-motivated people are not affected by their environment. Neither are 3%ers. 3%ers take it a step further. They impact their environment. Motivatable 60%ers are affected by their environment. And the not motivated people, they're like, yeah, whatever. They just sway anywhere the environment takes them. They go with the flow. Okay? So we're gonna finish it up there, okay? Because I wanted to keep it short, and I gotta leave to my appointment. I hope you guys liked the information that we shared here with you today. And let's go out there and make it happen. I'm a phone call away. I'm a text away. Let's make it happen.
JC,
hope you guys have an incredible week. If you guys have anything to say, feel free to say it.
JC, next week you're going to go over building teams and some of the things that have worked for you.
Yes, next week I'm going to get into team building and sales.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
You too.